Hello, Al pals. Welcome to Big Al Presents. And tonight, Big Al presents a Saturday rewatch of The Cabin in the Woods from 2012 or 2011, depending on who you listen to. And I, of course, am joined by the Klingon cleric, Troy Pacelli. Welcome, Troy.
The Klingon cleric who very, very possibly might be doing a talk online at a virtual convention next week. So
sweet.
Be watching for that. I'll drop a link when that happens.
Those virtual conventions, I literally had to bite my tongue last night. I was talking to Michael, and it was after the book study. We were chatting, and Tim Curry was doing a virtual thing.
Wow.
Now you have a chance at these virtual conventions to also get a signed autograph.
Interesting.
And I was biting my tongue. It was $90. I was like, if it were 70, or 60, maybe 70, I couldn't go 90 for it.
Yeah.
But some of them are like 50, 55. You can get, so depending on the star.
Nanette and I have we've gotten so many different autographs over the years, and literally in the time that we've been in fandom, the prices of these things have gone up. It's some people, and it gets to the point where it's like, I only ever paid for autographs just to encourage the person. They don't need that much encouragement when they get over a certain dollar value,
Well, one of the things about Tim Curry is, if I recall correctly, he had a stroke and he's wheelchair bound.
Right.
So I think that's also helping to pay for his medical expenses.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I came close to doing it.
Yeah.
But I've got a couple other things in the pipeline that I want to get. So I'm it just wasn't, I had to prioritize, but still, it's an option out there. I know GalaxyCon has some really cool ones, so you can actually get a 2-minute face-to-face chat with online.
That's pretty cool.
Usually about like $150, $100.
Nice.
But still, it's that's still about a minute 30 more than you get when you get a autograph at a convention.
I suppose that's true. And since it's direct online, you don't have other people like over your shoulder and stuff like that, which is nice.
Yeah, it's one-on-one. It's really cool.
I'm sorry, go on with your intro.
I have not officially welcomed the Nanette Pacelli. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Hi everybody. How you guys doing tonight? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Yes, please. I'd like to welcome, of course, Casey Scott. Of course, Troy and Nanette, who are also already popped in the chat.
Yep.
Daniel Heron is here. Who else we got? Melissa Harris. Welcome.
Melissa Harris.
Casey Scott. That's actually all I see right now. We got 7 people watching. That's all I see. Those are the only ones I saw. Yeah, Casey Scott said Tim Curry's autograph would be awesome. And they also have a great selection of photos. And that one of him as Darkness was calling me, because I know a lot of people usually go for Frankenfurter or from Rocky Horror, but
right,
man, for me, Tim Curry, he's Darkness from Legend. Love.
Yeah, exactly. I would be, if I ever met him in person and had to choose a picture to have him autograph, I don't know what I would do, because he's so many things. The butler from Clue. I'm
hearing myself somewhere. Kind of.
Not me. I'm in a different room. I'm in a different house.
I'll move my mouthpiece away from my ear.
I also got Chris. Just want to say hi to Chris P. and Wolfhead Media. Just joined us. Computer robots popped in.
Yep.
Hello.
I got to say though, what was the one from Annie? He plays the brother in Annie.
I never saw
Rooster. I think was his name, or something like that.
I never saw it. Yeah, he's such an icon, and
he's in everything.
If I swear to
the
God,
voice of Palpatine in Clone Wars.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
or at least he took over when Ian Abercrombie died.
Yeah. But he's just been he's oh man, now I mean 70, 75, I might have got 90. And of course Michael was playing the devil. What, just for $15? Come on,
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
exactly. I almost broke. But it was just I just like, no, I'm gonna be good. I've been trying to not buy stupid things, or not that it would be stupid, but like
I know what you mean.
Unnecessary and unneeded.
Nanette has, she is for example, the eBay, the auction queen. And when it comes to looking for something, she'll go, okay, what is your absolute top dollar that you're willing to go for this?
Yeah.
And I'll say it, and she'll go, okay.
The only thing I'm probably going to buy, maybe even tonight after we get off here, there's a book on eBay. It's a Greek cookbook, like the Aegean cookbook.
You've been talking about it for a while.
I know. And it's I found it on eBay, $4.49, free shipping. Well, around there. There's actually a few options. $4.14, $4.49. The $4.49's calling because I like the description a little better.
Yeah.
And a little more. They're all floating around that area, but I like the hardcover because it has a better picture on the front. Yeah. The soft cover looks just generic, but I'm a sucker for a good Greek cookbook. That's just the way I am. But let's talk about The Cabin in the Woods. Like I said, a little explanation going on. Michael Kreiser, the wonderful professor geek, is on daddy duty tonight. I said duty. And he had to postpone the Maltese Falcon, but he really wanted to do it. Like, he was psyched to do it, so he's going to do it Tuesday night during the office hours time slot. So it's going to be a lot of movies in the this coming week. We got that on Tuesday. I think the Fan Man might do a movie on Friday. We were talking about it after he got off. Me and him got off of the stream last night. He's leaning on during. There's a couple possibilities, but he likes waiting to kind of see the mood he's in at the time. And of course, next Saturday, I think Nanette. Are we doing the movie on Nanette's channel or on your channel? But Nanette's hosting.
Is that?
Oh, They Call Me Trinity.
Yeah, that would be on Nanette's channel then.
Oh, so it'll be on Nanette's channel.
Sure.
So They Call Me Trinity on Nanette's channel next week. So that'll be a first for her.
Yep.
And Sunday night, tomorrow night, we're supposed to watch Akira with Mr. Matchstick. But I don't know how to get in contact with Mr. Matchstick or like find, or I don't, if I do follow him, I don't know if I do follow him. I don't know. I don't have his channel. I'm hoping he joins us tonight so we could get his channel or at least get that organized. But hopefully tomorrow night, 10 o'clock on Mr. Matchstick's YouTube channel, we're going to be doing a rewatch of Akira. So there's a lot of rewatch, and
so we'll make sure that if we get the link, we'll send it out to everyone else too. So if you usually follow us for rewatches, you'll be able to find that one too.
And Monday night, the professor is going to be streaming with the Fan Man for Fan Man's Inspirational Heroes. So finally got that in order. So all kinds of stuff coming. I'm sure you guys are going to be next after that. I'm assuming. Okay. But I don't. He finally got the Fan Man locked into a date, which is hard for them. So he took it. He jumped at it.
Oh yeah, you have
to. What about this? What's this movie about? Asked Dan O'Haron. Cabin in the Woods. I love
it's a nice vacation movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love the tagline, and I posted the tagline with it because it describes the movie perfectly. 5 young people go into the woods and bad things happen. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Horror comedy, and that's literally what it is. 5 teens, young adults, young 20-somethings. I'm not really. I can't remember how old they are, but go to a cabin, and then it's not everything that you think it is, and things kind of change, and the movie kind of does a few jukes and jibes, and it's really, if you are a fan of Buffy and Angel,
oh yeah,
this is definitely because it's written by the same people.
Sure.
This is Joss Whedon. This is a Joss Whedon movie, in and out, horror comedy. One of the best horror comedies. I mean, Tucker Dale's. We think Tucker Dale's funny. Tucker Dale's good, but this movie is really good too, and it has a great sense of humor, a great weird dark humor that a lot of people like, and just some good stuff. Sir Torian Clegane, welcome, sir, welcome. Muhammad popped in, but yeah, it has Chris Hemsworth before he was Thor. Actually, it was this movie that kind of got him the Thor role, and
if you're going to talk about the whole idea of subverting expectations, this movie is a great example of how to subvert expectations and do it well.
Yeah.
You know?
This one, like I said, you think it's one thing, and then it turns into something else.
Yep.
While still paying homage to what it's originally is. It's hard to describe. And so I know a lot of you have seen it. If you haven't seen it and you're watching it, it's like I said, if you have a copy, plug it in. If you don't have a copy, hopefully you have Amazon. It's according to my knowledge, it's free on Amazon Prime.
It is. In fact, I pulled it up myself.
And it's also, I believe, free on Hulu. So you have, unfortunately, Netflix didn't have it. But the other two do, and hopefully, but it's also
there's
it's
a
out
couple
there.
of islands out there on the high seas that has.
Yeah, there are a few places out there that you could get it. I have it starting at 0.00000, just the little darkness before the gears start.
Okay.
So kind of roll into that. It kind of starts, and if anybody doesn't have any questions, we'll get ready to start this. Casey Scott's just listening along. Let's watch. That's good. Wolf Tim Media is going to watch along with his memory. He's seen it so many times.
Casey Scott, have you seen this movie before?
I don't know. Oh, Evelyn Hampton's joining. Can't join discussion tonight.
Plan for and let me know what movie is planned for next week. Next week, Evelyn, we were just talking about that. We'll be on Nanette's channel watching They Call Me Trinity.
And that should all still work out. I found out from my daughter she's actually going wedding dress shopping that day, and I'm hoping I'm back in time.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully everything will work out next week. But you know what? That's a week away.
Yes,
right now we're about to go into a cabin in the woods and see all the weird little horror tropes kind of play out, and kind of a little bit of mocking to them.
If you've gotten it off of Amazon, I'm on 18 seconds where Lionsgate is just showing up on the screen.
Okay, I'm at 0.0 where the gears before the gears are starting. You want me to tell you when I see Lionsgate?
Yeah, we'll tell you as soon as Lionsgate comes up so that you can link up with us. Okay.
Okay. Getting ready to start in 3, 2, 1, play. Woo! And here come the gears, buddy.
I got to tell you something. These little openings like this for the movie companies, they put some effort into this. I mean, that's some pretty darn good special effects.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay,
Lionsgate.
Now we see Lionsgate. Yeah. Click it. Go for it. Now we're at 21, 22. So you're pretty right.
You should be right with us now. Okay, so I'm trying to think how we can talk. I don't want to be spoilery for someone who's seeing it for the first time, but in the same fashion as the Scream movies that, kind of work the tropes of horror stories into the the meta story. This movie does that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And literally,
I like how it goes from the dark, bloody images, boom, cup of coffee,
which is so, Buffy-ish. It's so Joss Whedon. But what
Bradley Whitford, I always liked him. He's one of those actors I like. You see him a lot, but you really don't know.
Exactly. Perfect character actors. They're in everything. And unfortunately, you usually don't even know their name until they pass away. And then you're like, oh, I know him from like everything.
Everything. He's been a ton of things.
Big Al, Mr. Matchstick popped in.
Hey, Mr. Matchstick.
Mr. Matchstick.
We were just talking about you.
We were promoting the movie tomorrow night. We need to know, I need a link to your channel. And do you follow me on Twitter under a different name? Because I can't find him. The only Mr. Matchstick I find on YouTube is a guy who likes to light a lot of matchsticks up. Sound Engraver's here. Hi, Sound Engraver.
Sound Engraver, just specifically for you, I am not eating at all during the stream. My dinner will sit and wait until after this movie is over. She was giving me grief about last week's rewatch because I was eating popcorn during the stream.
Oh, and let's take a moment to look at one of the most gorgeous women on the face of this planet, in my opinion. The professor always teases me about the typical Al gal.
Mm-hmm.
That is an Al gal to a very high state. She clicks a lot of the Al gal checklist.
The redhead in the
woods. The what?
Oh, you mean Amy Acker? You mean Amy Acker? Absolutely. Yeah. She,
and again, redhead or blonde? I don't know which one is which.
I don't think she's a redhead. I think she's
brunette,
dark
whatever.
Hair. Yeah.
Okay, so the dark-haired one.
The one from Angel that played Winifred.
Oh, okay.
Lyria,
I'm on a different scene. Okay.
Yeah.
I see the redhead.
Definitely
see the redhead you're talking about.
She's a little ahead.
Okay.
Quite frankly, if the professor here, he'd
be all over her.
He'd be all over that.
There's the blonde you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Anna Hutchinson, I believe.
Let me know when the blonde tears the picture out of the notebook.
Sound Engraver is leaving because she has to go watch the Maltese Falcon. Okay, take it easy, Sound Engraver. We'll
just ripped it.
Okay.
Yep.
Now they're in the closet. Now she just picked up the pieces.
But Amy Acker, she most recently we saw her on God Friended Me. She had a recurring role there.
Oh, that show always looked interesting, but I just never got around to seeing it.
It was a very, very good show.
Yeah. I like the concept of it. Do you remember Joan of Arcadia?
I know of it, but I never actually saw it.
Yeah, that was another kind of similar, but this one God would speak to her, and in different visages.
Sure.
Always look different. Our favorite Asgardian.
I just threw it out. Oh, that was cool. It's the kind of thing I would have done in high school. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. He's a pretty decent looking guy. Yeah, I can see it.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. Yes, he is. And it was this movie when it was being shipped around.
One
of the scenes later, I believe, I'm not sure exactly which one. Like some of the executives saw it, and he suddenly got on the list to read for Thor.
That's awesome.
So it is because of this movie he got that role.
Okay, so this guy in the brown station wagon thing, I'm presuming you guys are there, that's smoking the joint.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Not yet.
You're a bit ahead of it.
That's weird. Okay, let me know when the brown station wagon pulls up.
Yeah, they're getting their stuff into the Winnebago.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm just a couple seconds behind.
He just drove by Token, yeah.
Okay, so that guy actually had to take lessons on how to look stoned.
I know. And how to roll a and that tumbler water bong was functional, and it cost $5,000 to develop it.
Dang.
What? That seems like such a waste of money. I mean,
I know, doesn't it? But I think that's this according to IMDb. I'm just saying.
That just seems so unnecessary.
He locks the door, but doesn't put up the window.
Yeah.
It's probably because he's stoned.
Melissa Harris is reminding us the blonde girl played a Power Ranger. Yes, I believe she did. Yes.
Must have been one of the later ones because that's not Pink Ranger.
I think she was a Pink Ranger, but I'm not sure.
But not the original Pink Ranger. No one after the original Pink Ranger counts. In my mind.
You're a I can't remember her name now.
Something Amy Jo Johnson or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah. She was
she was SPD Pink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a perfect world, I would love to be a loner living in a Winnebago. I just think it would be cool to just travel the world. I would have to be like relatively, rich beyond belief, but
there was a show that Nanette watched on Home and Garden where they took an old school bus and turned it into a living.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was Texas Flip and Move.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And my mother was a bus driver, and I always thought, man, it would be so cool to like just rip all the seats out and just trick it out into a nice home away from home.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the guy with the mustache there used to be on Buffy. I think
he might have been, but I don't think he's who you think he is. Like, are you talking about like one of the guys who was with
No. Wasn't he the one that played? He was the principal for a while or something like that, or one of the teachers or something?
Oh, no. That was somebody else.
Okay.
You're thinking about the one who was the son of the vampire slayer, the other vampire slayer.
Gosh, I don't remember. It's been so long. It's crazy because I have them all on DVD. It's just been so long since I watched them,
Great show. I always loved it. I always loved that show. It was awesome. Mr. Magic sent you the stuff over Twitter. Thank you, Mr. Magic. I'm looking forward to it. Got Akira already downloaded for tomorrow night.
So as we were getting ready for tonight, I was just thinking about all the tropes in this movie, and I was thinking, how much fun would it be to make like a drinking game for a movie like this? Every time this trope happens, take a drink. Every time this happens, take a drink.
Well, you'd get very drunk in this one because they literally.
I mean, just them pulling up to this gas station.
Yeah.
I
mean, all the tropes that they got the stoner kid.
Yeah.
They got the good looking, athlete.
The girl
in
her underwear at the beginning,
Yeah. They got the loose girl, the virgin girl. They got
the smart girl.
The smart girl.
All they need now is a dog, and they've got the Scooby Gang.
Right. I mean, this guy here is such a trope, just from like if you think from Friday the 13th and stuff like that.
Yeah, the redneck.
Yeah,
the creepy redneck guy
who gives them a warning, but isn't. Yeah, and seems like he's the bad guy, but he's totally not.
Yeah.
That stoner really does look like Shaggy.
Yeah, he does. And the redhead would be a great Daphne.
Right?
Got your Fred. She'd have to dye her hair black, or brown.
Yeah. And put on glasses.
To be Velma, but they needed her to be sexy for this.
And a tight orange sweater. Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
Come back to us, Troy. Come back. Yeah, that redhead. I will say she is a lovely girl.
Now that was rude.
I never understood chewing tobacco.
I mean, I guess it's a way of getting your nicotine fix without actually having to inhale anything.
Yeah, but I just, the sheer taste of it, I just don't get it. Well, I know someone would infuse it with something. Just like pipe tobacco, you'll have the cherry or whiskey or some kind of essence in there.
I remember it well.
Beautiful scenery. I don't remember where they filmed this.
Oof. That's freaky. Nice. The only way they could. Oh, yeah. I was going to say this has to be CG.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that force field is important later.
I remember going when me and my ex were going to visit her family in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, going up the mountains and everything, and literally everything's right on the side. I'm like, shouldn't there be those little fences there? But it explained why she drove so close to the center of the road. That would be a nice little cabin, though. Nice fixer-upper.
As long as you don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the roof didn't look like it was in a lot of great shape.
Casey Scott says his dad does Copenhagen tobacco. Tabacky.
Wacky tobacco?
Yeah. Well, no, that's that Shaggy kid. He's into the wacky tobacco. You see, the cabin has great bones. I love the stone hearth. I mean, and look how long it is. I mean, that's a big cabin. Oh, I love that old fridge. I love old fridges and appliances like that.
There was a Christmas party with my old company. They rented out a restaurant, all 3 floors of it. And they had one of those old-fashioned looking refrigerators on the main floor. And the name of the company, and I had to take a picture of this because half the youngins there didn't know what it meant. The company name was Smeg. And I'm cracking up, and they're like, well, what's so funny? And I'm like, the name on your refrigerator. And they're like, we don't get it. It's like, yeah, you might want to look up that word.
Yeah, it's not even a slang term. It's pretty much the word.
Yeah.
He's like, I get to peep on this girl.
Yeah. But yeah, you talk about Smeg. Every time I hear that word, I can't help but think of Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf, exactly.
Smeghead.
Smeghead.
He goes, Smeaghead.
Are you trying to say Smeghead? Yes, a complete and total one.
Poor Crichton.
He's like, should I watch or should I not watch?
I will give this guy credit.
Yeah,
he stopped her.
Yep. I like to think that most guys would. I think most people are still brought up decently.
Yeah. I would be like him though. I would be tempted. If his age, I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous.
Yep.
I do love that picture.
She looks kind of familiar too, but I can't quite place her. Something tells me she's not really a redhead.
Huh, I don't know. Yeah, it's amazing. This film almost didn't get released. Like I said, people say 2012. It was filmed a lot earlier, but just kind of sat on the shelf because the original company went into bankruptcy. And they got Lionsgate came in and kind of bought it up. But let me see here. Kristen Connolly. She is the redhead in here. What is? She looks like she has kind of a reddish, maybe more like of a brownish auburn kind of a thing.
The only things that I would have seen her in, there's no way I'd remember her from it. Like
The Happening.
She was in Law and Order. She was in.
She was. Hey, she's in. She's in Evil.
Well, that's where you know her from.
Yeah, I don't recognize her from Evil though. Maybe she just looks different.
So speaking of drinking games, what's everyone drinking tonight?
Lemonade.
Water.
I actually had a lemonade and then I switched to rum and Coke. I'm completely out of Kraken. So I'm working my way through my Captain Morgan. Now, this in and of itself is really creepy.
Yeah. Because you're still like wondering what's going on.
Yeah. I do love how in a very Whedon-esque way, it's got a very Lovecraftian sort of element to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's great because you eventually see a lot of different stuff, and it's really neat the things you see. I love it. Wolf Den Media brings up Tir na Nog. I always like that. There was the show called Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. Is that what they were talking about?
Sugarless soda for Wolf Den Media. Yeah, that's usually the soda that I drink. Technically, that's what I'm drinking too, but with rum added. Oh, that's right. He is in on it.
Oh, he's fun.
Method actors. Check out that phone. That's an old piece. Okay, I just got to say it. Amy Acker is absolutely the most attractive woman in this film.
Yeah. I always like, I remember the first time I saw her on Angel.
Yep.
And I just was like, and it wasn't, Amy Acker beautiful, but I loved Fred.
Yes. Agreed.
I mean, that character was just so wonderful. And I missed her when she left. I liked Illyria. I thought she played Illyria very well.
I loved the fact that Illyria wanted to be more like Fred. When
Yeah.
she realized how much people loved Fred and why.
Yeah.
It totally changed her whole personality. Definitely evocative of Friday the 13th and the whole Camp Crystal Lake thing.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
So this weekend, what I did was I pulled out all my old HorrorClix figures, and I've been going through them and inventorying them and seeing what I don't have, what I do have, and doing a little reminiscing. So anyone who knows what HeroClix are, HorrorClix was the horror version of it. And one of the tournament games took place at their mock-up version of Camp Crystal Lake. It was called Camp Wannabangya.
I love how they've got this this whole thing going on.
Well, wouldn't you have to? I mean, if this was your job, it's like you got to find ways to
find ways to make it funny, get a little money maybe.
Because let's face it, if you dwell on it too long, you just kill yourself.
I could when I worked at school, I used to love doing the football pool and all that kind of stuff. Another Whedon heavy hitter, Tom Lenk.
Oh gosh, yeah. He was one of the nerds that worked on the robot, wasn't he?
Yeah, the Buffy bot.
Yeah, the Buffy bot.
I mean, but yeah, her bone structure, her eyes, the fact she's wearing a ponytail, and even when she's not wearing a ponytail, she's perfect. If I had to build an Owl's girl bot,
it would be
definitely have some of those specs are going to be very Amy Acker-esque.
Sir Torrent Clegane said that Joss Whedon said Amy Acker was the most beautiful woman he had ever filmed in his career, and he filmed some beautiful ladies.
Yes, he did. Eliza Dushku, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I think you just ranked them.
Carpenter.
You 1, 2, 3. Yes. In my opinion, you ranked him in the exact order that I would have ranked him in. Very good, Al.
Also, I can't remember the actress's name. The one that the demon that loves Xander.
Oh,
shoot,
the one that's afraid of bunnies.
Yeah.
Right. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Well, now I gotta look her up.
She played Anya.
I
just remember the name Anya.
Emma Caulfield.
Emma Caulfield, yep. Another beautiful woman.
Now, Michelle Tagenberger was also very attractive, but she was so young, it kind of creeps me out,
But she don't creep me out anymore.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I still see them the way I originally saw them,
And of course, nobody ever gives credit to just how beautiful Willow was.
That's true.
Yeah.
Amber Benson was kind of cute too.
I really liked Amber Benson. I thought she was very underrated as far as how she looked. And I was one of the few people that of my clique that watched the show. I was the only one that really liked Tara.
Yeah. Well, I just felt like Amber Benson and Allison Hannigan just didn't get enough giggity scenes together.
Yeah.
It's like that was a real wasted opportunity.
I love this scene where she makes out with the wolf.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, they put some powdered sugar, like all in the mouth and on the tongue, to make it more. I wouldn't say pleasurable, but more
palatable.
Palatable for her, yeah. Because see, she gets in there, but they, thank God they put sugar in there to at least make it.
It's gross, but hot at the same time.
I know. There's something that, it's like, lick those fangs, baby.
look at the stoner. He's like, oh my God. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that was kind of hot.
I could freeze that frame and put it on Maidens and Monsters. Never thought about that.
You should. Yeah, you should.
I just updated that yesterday, day before, with a Little Red Riding Hood picture. Where Little Red Riding Hood is not exactly little. a great J. Scott Campbell piece. He's an awesome artist, for those who don't know. Satori Clegane said she never creeped me out. She's older than I am.
Oh, Michelle Trachtenberg?
Yeah. Trachtenberg.
That's, yeah. Well, I'm starting to slur too. So.
Daniel Heron said he would take Willow any day and twice on Saturday. Jenny Calendar. Oh, Chris P. Good call.
Oh, right.
Not on there long, but yeah, she was a beautiful girl. I felt got
it bad. I'm hot for teacher.
I felt so bad for Giles when that happened.
Yeah. Hell, I felt bad for Giles that they stopped doing the coffee commercials before he could get it on with that chick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? See,
I remember. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Those were good.
Yes, Casey Scott, I do have the Cthulhu Horror Clicks. In fact, it's right. Where was it? It was right here next to me a second ago. Nanette moved it because she was afraid I was going to trip over it, but I'm not sure where she put it.
Are you looking for Cthulhu? He's right in front of the heater behind the two great things that's right in front of you.
Oh, okay. It's behind all my other clicks. But yes, I do have the Great Cthulhu.
Creepy girl picture. All the creepy stuff in that cellar. Like said, the doll mask.
This is one of those scenes where you got to like go through it slowly and pause it because there are so many cool Easter eggs here.
Yeah. Plus things that, kind of come back into play.
Yeah.
I like that little film thing they had back there. Like the little empty film reels.
Yeah. And what makes it difficult is you have to interpret it because it's not a literal, like for example, you're not going to see the cube from Hellraiser. You're going to see a puzzle item that is similar. So you have to, in your mind, figure out what they were going for with each individual item.
What gets me is the stoner Dylan was kind of clued in going, maybe this isn't so great.
Not a good idea.
Maybe we should leave.
See, that was their version of the lament configuration, the sphere. Although you could also say that it's related to the sphere from Phantasm.
I've never seen Phantasm. I have to watch that.
Yeah, that was a great series. Also, kind of weirdly Lovecraftian too.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I was bringing up Horror Clicks was because all of these different, like the puzzle. Okay, so that's like the puzzle sphere, their version of the puzzle box. Exactly the horror trope, but basically making you think of certain movies. That's what Horror Clicks was. All these little monsters that you could get that were not exactly, for example, there were Ghost Finders, but not Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? And they had not the Cenobite from Hellraiser, but someone that was very much like it and so forth.
Right.
And they did license some, like they have Alien, Predator, Jason, and Freddy. Those were characters they actually licensed. So they actually put out, sets for those.
Mm-hmm.
Hellboy too. There was a Hellboy set as well. But other than that, they were all, just indirect tropes,
A husband's cutting the flesh makes him have a husband's bulge. What way to put it.
I actually got to turn up the sound a little bit because I'm having trouble hearing it. If you hear any echo, let me know.
Okay.
I love that. I love that. I was thinking the exact same thing. It's like, do not read the Latin. Klaatu, Barada.
I want the stoner. I'm getting the heck out of here.
Yeah, he's the most intelligent one of all.
Considering he's burned out so many brain cells.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah. Well, see, every time I think of like incantation, I think of Excalibur.
Well, my thing would be,
yeah.
Well, it's like my thing is too. It's like, so it's in Latin. Do you understand what it says? No, then why are you reading it?
Yeah. Here come the Buckners.
See, it's funny you say that because the one I think of is Triguna, Macoides, Dracorum Satis D.
Yeah, it's from Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks, very good.
Honey, I saw that movie before you were born.
Yeah, you probably did.
Talk about creepy.
I'm 8 years older than him.
Yeah. There is a difference, yeah.
I like look at some of the stuff on that board, like Dragon Bat, Snowman.
Yeah. And you got to like stop and think, okay, what is this a reference to? You got to translate it in your head,
Will Sarah said, could the puzzle box in Cabin in the Woods be a version of the Hellraiser box? And could there be multiple Hellraiser boxes?
So, as a matter of fact, there are. And maybe I'll talk about that a little bit when we do Hellraiser 2. But there is a site called the Pyramid Gallery, and they actually put out replicas of the different boxes. Every box that was ever shown in the movies, every box that was ever shown in the comic books, that was referenced and never seen. There are many different versions. The Lament configuration is just one.
Yeah.
And yes, there are puzzle spheres as well.
I think it was Sir Tor Gagain mentioned that this came out a month before Avengers, so Joss Whedon had like 2 hits right in a row. Yep, Sir Tor Gagain.
So you see Kyoto, that's definitely a reference to The Ring. I love Japanese horror films, and I hate when they try to translate them into American versions.
Yeah. Bedknobs and Boomsticks.
This is my boom. Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's got a good movement and good positioning. I'll say that.
I was going to say something about the lighting, but the blood's just run out of my brain.
Has it gone to your husband's bulge?
Yes, exactly. Actually, I have too much alcohol in me for there to be. Oh, okay. I won't go into details.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Dark Stranger, if you think about it, I was actually referencing both. Very, very good. I'm glad you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was also referencing Return of the Jedi, if you think about it.
We have to do both of it. We're going to have to do both those films one day. Army of Darkness, Day There Stood Still, great films.
If we're going to do Army of Darkness, though, we have to do the other two. Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Yeah. Which I've never seen the first two. I've only seen Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness can stand on its own if you have a basic, because it does do the little exposition at the beginning.
Sure. I gotta ask Fan Man if he's ever seen the movie Waxwork.
Huh? I've never seen that one.
Really? Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a really good one. I was obsessed with that movie when I was younger. It was, in some ways, now that I think about it, it was a lot like this. These kids are going to school and they walk past a house that has opened up a waxwork, like literally overnight. So on their way home, they decide they're going to stop in and check it out. And all the waxworks are different horror scenes, and they step over the ropes to get into and look closer, and they end up going into the world of that storyline and end up getting killed in the story and then become part of the waxwork.
Yeah. Chris P says great movie, Waxwork. Patrick Macnee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Patrick Macnee is cool. The Avengers.
The female lead in
the
that
original
film,
Avengers.
The original Avengers.
I do not remember her name, but for the longest time, I had her confused with Cheryl Lee from Twin Peaks because they looked so much alike. It wasn't her, though.
Oh, you know what? Now I think I know. Yeah, now I recognize her from Evil. Another trope.
Yeah. Although I have to agree with Fan Man, there was something to be said for the R rating when they decided to make everything PG-13.
Yeah.
It loses.
It takes away something of the
titillation.
Of the titillation, but like you go to a horror film and you kind of feel like, you're seeing something forbidden.
Yeah.
And
so if you're gonna, did you see that? That's the exact reaction we're having. That's how this is such a meta film. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Oh.
Now, did you happen to notice that before he started groping her, he had a beer stein in his hand, a la Thor? And then he tossed it over his shoulder.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, and they're releasing the pheromones now.
Yep.
I'll tell you, Anna Hutchinson has got a. They got some, yeah. I know. I'm being very bad male guy here, but still,
just her looks alone isn't enough. She knows how to work it. She's got the moves. Yeah. She's got the mannerisms. She knows what she's doing, and that goes a long, long way. Because otherwise, she's just she's a blonde girl. Whatever.
Yeah. Chris P saying, do you think Patrick Macnee could have played the Doctor? Sure.
Oh, dude, yeah, that would have been awesome.
I think he'd have been a great Doctor. Let's see some movies.
Got to keep the customer satisfied. There's your meta reference, right? because it's really about the audience. Bazinga.
Yeah, we all know what he's doing, but they're not showing it.
I like the way the guy kind of comes in from the side, like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they were actually doing that in this movie.
America, land that I love.
From the thing to the thing to the thing.
Yeah, he's going from the thing to the thing to the thing, too.
Natalie Portman would be pissed.
Ouch. Ow, that had to hurt, pulling that sucker out like that.
Well, and you really shouldn't pull it out. What's he swinging? A bear trap? Yep. That'll do it all right.
Got his bar trap.
So this is kind of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of a thing going on here.
That was a good shot, seeing it. Oh.
And yeah, Dark Stranger, you kind of keyed into. I was thinking about that sequel too. What made me think of Waxwork was the talk of Evil Dead and Bruce Campbell, because he was in the sequel. And yeah, Waxwork was a great film as a horror film, and then the sequel got real campy when they brought in Bruce Campbell. They also recast the female lead, which was very disappointing.
Nice callback to the logo.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking that. It's probably intentional. And this is why I say very Lovecraftian. Mm-hmm. Keep them appeased, keep them asleep.
Little emo.
I don't even know what that is.
So he's so baked he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yep. So Dark Stranger brings up David Warner as a Klingon. Well, obviously I'm going to have some strong feelings about him because he was the Chancellor. So obviously, I have a great deal of respect for him. And like a lot of Star Trek actors, he played multiple roles. So, he played the Federation ambassador in Star Trek V, I think.
Yeah, sadly. So underused in that film.
But when he was in it, he was the focus, Yeah, I like David Warner. He did a great job.
Another mention of the husband bulge.
Yeah. And see, it's like it comes off like he was playing the long game. Okay, I'm not going to look at her boobies now. I'm going to see if I can't use this to my advantage to see him later.
Right. You play the honorable role, and she sees you as a.
And he's got a good point. Why are there no stars?
Well, that
Clouds?
just means it's a cloudy night, you know.
That would be pretty. Little zombie girls sneaking up on you, taking a leak.
Fucking run!
Like clotheslines her. I just love how he just like laid a clothesline on her. I forgot about that.
But let's face it, right? I mean, in this modern age, if you encounter something like that, you start thinking about all the horror movies you've seen, and you start to react like that. You know, you don't just break down and freak out like you would in the in a Cthulhu story.
You forgot something. That was a good fake head.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really looked nice.
Well, it's because they're getting better and better with prosthetics and with artificial skin and stuff. They're starting to use dragon skin now. They went from latex to silicone, and from silicone to dragon skin, and it's gotten so good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, that also means that actress had to sit with a head cast being done.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah.
That's challenging. I've had it done at least once. I'm thinking about doing it again, maybe.
I just like how they're controlling the game, you know.
Okay, guys, I gotta visit the little boy's room. I'll be back.
Okay.
Take care.
Of course, another trope of horror movies to split up is not a good thing.
Exactly.
And keep them split. I just like sitting there, popcorn. It makes you wonder how many times they've done this.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's apparently a yearly thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the zombies.
Yep.
But he was the only one who ever had it right.
Yep. Oh. Oh.
Super bong.
Ouch. at least. Oh.
Yeah. It also makes me wonder if every single time they have one of these, it's 5 people that come up and 5 people die.
Yeah. And of course, knowing what I mean, for everyone who knows who's watched the film knows what's downstairs.
Yeah. That was a good move. Break the mirror, get her out.
Yep.
The one thing I do like about this is that it kind of breaks one of the big horror tropes. They're not completely stupid. They do kind of slip into survival mode,
Mm-hmm. And they're fairly adequate at it to an extent.
Yeah. Realistically,
Realistically, yeah. I mean, you're still dealing with paranormal, supernatural forces, and chances are you're probably going to lose, but at least you're putting up a good fight.
Yep.
Unlike some other movies where you're just basically fodder for the beast,
Or you just get dead without even seeing it coming. Think of Kevin Bacon in which movie was that he was in?
Friday 13th.
Yeah, he just gets dead lying there, just dead.
Yeah. Arm comes up, boom, swoop, gone. Oh.
Well, yeah, because he's still alive.
And
No, you don't stop. You just keep
but she was pretty darn aggressive. We got to give her that.
True. Horror films kind of are upping their game too,
Mm-hmm.
It's like what used to be scary isn't anymore. So you need more and more and more,
Yeah, it just makes you wonder where they're going to go with it. Yeah, I mean,
anywhere but there.
Here's the whole ring thing again. Now I hadn't made this association before, but here you have basically the story happening in Japan where they've succeeded, evil is defeated.
Living the happy frog.
Fuck you.
I'm hearing some blade coming over.
Yeah,
I don't know from who.
I'm sorry, that was probably me. I was having some problems with my surprisingly it was just my YouTube stream. I don't know why. What a friend we have in Shinto. So that's the key. They have this happening in different places.
Yeah.
And it's
not going too well for them.
Right. Exactly. The whole survivor thing is happening all over the place.
Yeah. It's like somebody dropped the ball.
Yeah, this is bad.
Good music too. Keeping that tension going.
Yeah, sadly we don't have Sound Engraver here giving us some commentary on that. Okay, now if you're in the Winnebago and you see that, you're going to be like, the heck's going on here? You know?
Yeah.
Now suddenly you're pretty much keyed in. This has got to be intentional.
Yeah.
We're being set up.
But think about it also, they are running on nothing but adrenaline right now. So
yeah, but
I don't know if
done a
they're
pretty good job.
Totally right.
No, true, but they've done a pretty good job up till now of kind of keeping their heads on.
But Stoner guy, he knows something's up. He knew it. Well, I was going to say.
But it's very important. You notice that in most of these horror movies, like zombie movies, in those zombie movies, they don't know about zombies. So they live in a world where there were never zombie movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is clearly taking place in a world where they have been exposed to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they know all the different kind of things.
And that's the kind of conversation I've had with my friends over the years. Well, would you react this way in this circumstance? Well, no, I wouldn't, but that's because I've seen this movie. Mm-hmm. If I'd never seen this movie, I don't know how I'd really react, you know?
Because I honestly, you see a mummy movie, and I'm thinking, a nice axe, just chop up that bundle of dusty flesh.
I remember my mom when we had seen Halloween and we had seen Friday the 13th and stuff. She's like, you know what? Why don't they just, instead of just stabbing him and running away, because he's just going to get up and keep coming after you, chop him into little freaking pieces. Yeah. So what happens in Friday the 13th part 3? The kid chops up Jason into little freaking pieces,
I love this part.
Yeah. But boy, it was a reasonable idea, wasn't it?
Yeah. He didn't know there was like this electrostatic invisible fence. And down goes Thor.
But I don't remember who it was in the comments earlier. The whole thing with the eagle set it up so that we knew what was going to happen, because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. But now they're going, okay. And they're starting to put the pieces together, right?
Well, she even said, Marty was right, puppeteers.
Yep.
More blood.
But in a way, it's kind of a cheat, right? Because he wasn't killed by the scenario. He was killed by the parameters of the scenario. And that's not, it's like against the rules in a way, you'd think.
Most are saying it was part 4. And it was Tommy Jarvis.
I thought it was 3. I thought it was a 3D one. But yes, it was Tommy Jarvis. That was who I meant. I swear I thought it was 3, though.
Yeah, I don't remember. I really don't.
If Fan Man was here, he'd know.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, he knows Friday 13th inside and out.
Oh!
Yep, didn't see that one coming. Okay, now we have a problem.
Yeah, those hillbilly rednecks are tough to deal with.
Yep. Well, especially when they're zombies.
Yep.
Now, see, that's another ingenious. Get the breath of air before you go out. You know,
Yep.
I mean, these are the things that people panicking in horror movies don't normally do.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. They're celebrating. I'm drinking.
Yep.
But I think that the industry has changed since this movie came out, because now I'm looking at it in a slightly different light. He's talking about the rules that they operate under.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, what it really comes down to, the real rules are, what do the viewers think of it? If they don't accept it, they still failed. You know, we live in a world where the viewers will decide, you know what, you followed the rules, but the movie still sucked, you know, and we're going to complain about it on the internet, and you're going to tank, and the next movie's going to tank, and now you're effed.
Yeah.
Again, awesome use of music, right?
So they went over Japan because everyone pretty much gets dead.
Well, the rituals has a greater there's a greater purpose.
Yeah.
It's not just to win something, but
I'm an intern, so I don't qualify for OT. See,
something's not right.
Dark Stranger, when I got my head on straight, I'll check out 3 and 4 again. I mean, I trust you. I believe you. I'm totally probably misremembering.
The red phone.
Yeah, because it's from upstairs. She's not dead yet, but there's someone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna say she doesn't have to, but someone else who we think is dead isn't.
It was the stoner, wasn't it?
Yep.
I was pretty sure the stoner was the one that made it to the end.
Because the other ones are definitively 100%. We know they're dead. One we had to assume.
Was it his bong that he just used?
Yep.
Okay. That explains why they did it. Okay. I get it now. Okay. Okay. It's not over yet. They can still pull this off. But if they're both working together, you kind of have to, they pretty much both have to die now.
No, if they kill the guy first, they have to kill the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her death is optional.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell not? Uh-oh.
Hey, chopped him up. He's still wiggling.
Yup. Well, that's why my mom said you chop them up into small enough pieces, even if the individual pieces can still move, they can't do anything.
Yeah. Is the cabin a government operation or a pagan cult? Probably an amalgamation. Both. Yeah, probably an amalgamation.
So do we want to go down?
I can say, do you have much of a choice, really? I mean,
these guys are basically breaking the fourth wall, is what they're basically doing. And I don't know exactly. And I don't know which is more clever. Figuring it out, breaking the fourth wall, and entering the facility, or what the Japanese girls did, going through the whole within the story.
Yeah.
Winning. I don't know. I just don't know which is better.
I love the fact that that Goddard and Whedon wrote this in 3 days.
Did they? That's brilliant.
Locked themselves in a hotel room. And they did it because they had a couple of not so great movies.
Oh, yeah.
Success.
Yeah.
You can kind of see the green screeny effect.
I was just gonna say it's all green screen. You can tell. Yeah. You can almost forgive it because it's been so good up to this point.
Yeah. Well, it's not bad. I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
Which one are they up next to? It's the werewolf. Okay.
Werewolf.
Yeah.
Werewolf.
So I get shades of Cube from this,
Yeah, I love all the different things that are down in this place.
There is so much here you cannot see it in just one view. You got to stop, pause, rewind.
And that is freaky,
right?
That phantom
poltergeisty thing, yeah.
Little ballerina girl.
Yeah, that's freaky. That is freaking freaky.
Yes. Give us a kiss.
And I'm not even sure what that's supposed to invoke. I'm thinking the Tooth
Loma configuration Cenobite. I'm reading the general trivia notes that are in my,
this one's definitely Cenobite. No doubt about that.
But he has a name. They gave him a name. I can't remember it though. It's in the IMDb.
I'll check it out. Because I could just totally see that as a Cenobite from a completely different gash.
Yeah.
I love his demeanor too, because it's just so much like. In fact, if they were to use that same actor in place of Doug Bradley, I'd be fine with it. You know, he's got it perfect.
That look, the jaw, everything.
Yes, the unflinching neutrality. You know. Wolf 10 Media said Fornicus. Okay. Yeah, see now all of this goes by so fast. I saw the twins from It. I saw It. I mean the twins from
the big giant spider.
The Jack Nicholson one. I can't even think of movie names now. I'm so messed up. Whatever he's been smoking has immunized him to all our shit. Wolf 10 Media, the Hellraiser analog in the horror clicks is a character named Angelique, and Angelique is actually the name of one of the Cenobites in Hellraiser 3. It's not the same character, but I just think that's so cool. Why are you trying to kill us? And why have you not actually killed us? Brilliant. He's distracted by the zombie pieces. And now they're armed.
Good work, Zombie Arm.
And Zombie Arm coming to get some more.
Right?
Yay! Now we know where Fig came from. Yeah, family.
I always thought that. That's what I always assumed. There's actually a scene like that in Waxwork too. Mm-hmm. The zombie hand that survives.
Of course,
Sigourney.
I guess you can't help but recognize that voice.
God, she's got a great voice. She's got a great everything.
I just like how it's presented. Sorry, we have to do this, you know.
But there is a certain logic to it. Like, I'm sorry, we have to do this. Yep. You're a sacrifice to save the rest of the world, you know.
What a great idea, too.
Right? He's like, yeah, do it.
Do it.
Let's get this party started.
I love this scene when everyone just literally hell is unleashed.
3, 2, 1. I'm like, oh shit.
The blood just.
That's got to be from The Shining.
That is such a great scene.
Giant snake.
God, look at this. Just look at it. It's so much blood.
So,
and the zombies look up like, hello. And then more come. Yeah.
I know. They look up like, what?
That was from Alien. I'm not sure. I think that was something more recent.
Well, that looked like a wraith.
Oh,
I like that he doesn't even make it to the floor. That was very Serenity.
yeah. You can see the 1 foot like step in that one screen.
Yep.
Now, see, you see Tom Link in one of the screens.
Yeah.
They tried to make it so you could read what the sign was, but they just couldn't get it right. It was like, I'm being held by a man bat or something like, or a big giant bat.
And there he is.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Man, this is the most blood I think I've ever seen in a movie.
Right? One little nitpick I'm going to make, though. Why do the monsters never turn on each other?
Common enemy.
Maybe. Yeah. I'll accept it because I'm pretty much accepting anything at this point.
Yeah.
I love the unicorn. I love the unicorn.
Even the unicorn's in on it.
Well, because it's so traditional unicorn. Unicorns were not, these, pastoral, sweet, happy. They were pretty vicious too.
If you anybody watches Legends of Tomorrow, no, they're pretty nasty.
Yeah. You're also running out of ammo the way you're blowing it off like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever find yourself in this situation and you have an automatic weapon? Be careful with your ammo. Don't blow it all off.
Kind of like what that guy did, though. He's like, I'm going to die. I might as well take you guys with me.
Right?
Wolf 10 Me is like gore-tastic.
Yuck.
Wolf 10 Media says, I don't trust unicorns the way I don't trust dolphins. Yep. Dolphins are, got to be careful.
There's the merman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
That blood spurting out.
Right.
That happened for they shot it for 9 minutes.
Wow.
But that's all they used. That blood was spurting for that long. Oh, poor Fred.
Yeah, right.
Probably a Kraken because that was tentacles.
Yep.
Hashtag tentacles out.
Release the Kraken. Oops. See, I'd have been like, sorry, but you had it coming, dude.
You have to kill him to save the world. I think she knows what he meant. I think she's put all the stuff together.
Does she really have enough pieces to do that, though?
She might. I mean, she might. She's smart. Ugh. There's the sacrificial weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blood bodies.
Yeah, the different tropes. The athlete.
Five, the pentacle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I could see her getting it now.
The athlete.
Yep.
The sexy slut girl.
Right. And his is the empty one, which is the bacchanal.
Yeah.
See?
Mm-hmm.
He gets it.
And the Virgin.
The Virgin, right. Wow.
Mm-hmm. She does have a presence, doesn't she?
Yes, she absolutely does. We work with what we have. That tells me she's not technically a virgin. It's an interesting.
Yeah, he's dead anyway.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, though. If you have to live by sacrificing people like that, do you deserve to live?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And if you're deaf, I mean, he's in a situation, he's dead anyway.
Yeah.
Do you just like accept it? Or do you say, you know what? If I'm going to go, I'm taking everybody else with me.
You feel strong.
You feel lucky, punk?
Whoops. That's a problem. It's not silver. But seriously, now she's in the situation where she's going to die one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
That does kind of change things a little bit.
Oh, right in the brain.
Splitting headache. And they both go over. Good morning.
The fool still lives.
But is he really a fool? He was the smartest one there.
I know.
That's the dichotomy. That's the interesting part. Even if he did die here, are there any cameras down here?
I don't know. I don't. Would you think they would know though?
Exactly. I don't know. Good point, because they knew he wasn't dead when all the people with the cameras or monitoring the cameras.
Yeah, and they even released the little blood pan stuff.
True.
Light one last joint up before the end.
Right. That's a good point. If she were to survive, she'd end up becoming a werewolf.
Yeah.
Probably on a full moon.
I guess that's true of all werewolls, right? Oh, you're only a werewolf on the full moon.
Yeah, you say if you have to be anything like that, the worst things to be.
True.
You don't really have to worry about 2-3 nights a year. 2-3 nights a month.
Hey, honey, it's a full moon tonight. You better lock me up.
Oh, I was thinking it takes that time of the month to a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't seen Ginger Snaps yet, have you? We got to see that movie.
Okay, I missed whatever came before this. What was it that they wanted to see? Because I said I wish I could have seen them. Yeah, that would have been hard.
I honestly missed it.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's why I'm like, wait, what are they talking about?
And that was Kronos the Titan.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And I love one of the things that IMDb in their little trivia thing said. You know how a lot of movies they'll keep a kill count.
Yeah.
Well, they said the kill count's like however many billion people because basically everybody in the world dies.
Yeah, right. Jeez. Well, it's implied. We don't actually see it, but it is implied.
Yeah. Well, the body count we see is 69. But the kill count, there it is. 6,873,741,054. The world's population in 2009 when the film was made. The world ends at the conclusion.
Wow. So I don't think we've mentioned it during the course of this film, but the meta story here being that although the implication is that some ancient old ones are the ones that are being appeased by all of this, it's a commentary on the industry of horror films and how it's appeasing us, the viewers. So we're really the ones that are needing to be appeased by the various horror films. So it's a meta commentary, you know.
Well, there's a Big Al trapped in a cube. He's one of the Cabin in the Woods monsters. It does kind of look like I'm in a little cube in my avatar there. Melissa's upset that an atheist left a stoner refused to die, and he caused the death of the world.
Right. It also kind of makes you wonder. I mean, most of the creatures that you see are just bent on their own destruction, of whatever they see. But the Cenobites, assuming they're true Cenobites, they have a very specific code. So it makes you wonder what they would be all about, If they were like, well, no, you didn't call us out of a pure sense of intention, therefore, you're not bound by I don't know. I'm reading way too much into it, I think.
Yeah. Mr. Matchstick likes the fact that there's 69 kills.
Of course. I thought that too, Mr. Matchstick. Don't think I didn't.
That number always evokes a little giggle or a little applause. I remember once I was at a convention, an art show, and my number was 69, and I got an art piece of Mulder and Scully. And it's like, and your number? And I went 69, and everybody's like, yeah!
Right? Oh, man.
I mean, and even like for Office fans, everybody knows that's Kevin's favorite number on The Office, because he's like, I always set the thermostat to 69 degrees, and he smiles.
or think about Bill and Ted. I'm thinking of a number. What number am I thinking? 69, dude.
Oh, lordy. Well, that was The Cabin in the Woods. I love that. Just a great horror film. Real funny. And that dark sense of humor.
It sucks that Fan Man couldn't be here, though. Fan Man would have had so many cool insights on
it's late for Fan Man, though, sadly.
He's an old man. He's younger than we are, but he's an old man.
Well, it's late for everybody, but I'm used to being up a little later. But I do go through my tired phase there. Things start to get a little fuzzy because I start to get a little sleepy.
Dude, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, I'm usually up until 3-4 in the morning at this point, but I could literally sleep 24 hours and just not give a damn.
Yeah, well, I was watching a movie today and kind of just fell asleep on it. It was a found footage. It was a slow burn. But I fell asleep, and I've got to go back and watch it now. And it wasn't the movie's fault, because the movie was like, there was some cool stuff happening. It's just that I woke up a few times last night, and it just sometimes when I'm relaxed and watching something and I'm not like manipulating a mouse or anything, if I'm just like still, I get tired, just
like now.
Just like I'm yawning now. But like I said, and I'm not talking to anybody, I'm just watching a film, I just kind of go right out. But it was a good one. It's called it has a couple names, The Borderlands and Final something. But it's about a crew investigating the death of or some activity going on in a country church somewhere. And like I said, it was good, but I think it was the wrong movie to put in. I needed something with a little more zhuzh. Today would have been a good day for something I'd seen before and just kind of knock out, because I always do a little dozing in the afternoon. That's just normal for me. But so we
let's recap. We got Mr. Matchstick happening tomorrow. Am I right?
Yep. Tomorrow, Akira. He has supposedly sent me a message on Twitter. Let me double check. Because I mean, like I said, we got to make sure we get the stream from him, and
right.
And I'm sure he could send us the. Well, I'm trying to figure. Am I a? Oh yeah, I gotta wait for my Twitter, but I'm like waiting because I know I follow several people who are fans of on here in the chat, but sometimes they have different names.
Yeah.
So I'm never quite sure who's who.
I know. That's the hard part. Here, let me tell you guys, my name is Troy Pacelli. You're going to find me on YouTube. You're going to find me on Facebook. You're going to find me on Twitter. It's Troy Pacelli no matter where you look for me. Not a problem.
Oh, there was a problem. I wasn't following Mr. Mashtick. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm following him now. I'm good. He's already.
So tomorrow night we're watching Akira on Mr. Matchstick.
Yeah, Mr. Matchstick. Akira at 10.
Monday night is Fan Man and Professor Geek talking about aspirational things.
Yeah,
Tuesday night.
The Fan Man's aspirational heroes.
Somebody's being aspirational. That's right. Yeah. And Tuesday night it's office hours rewatch.
Yeah, we're going to be watching Maltese Falcon, and we're going to be joined by the lovely, talented Sound Engraver.
Sound Engraver's awesome, isn't she? She's not on, so I can talk about her. She's
who
so awesome.
Who also has her show will be on at 9:30 this week. Oh, I'm wondering. Yeah, I think I don't know what time the Fan Man and the Professor are. I'm gonna have to remind him not to coincide with Sound Engraver's spot.
Well, unfortunately, they have to just go whenever Fan Man's available because Fan Man's got.
Yeah, he's a family man, and the Professor. Sadly, the reason why, the Professor couldn't do can't do Fan Man tonight that often, is because one. The schedule with his daughter, and the other night he had he had a test and he had all kinds of and a couple papers that were due. He was slammed on Friday, so he wasn't able to.
He's busy. Actually, both of them are busy guys.
Yeah, but especially the Professor, because he's taking a class right now, so he finds himself bogged down a lot. So.
And then Sound Engraver's got all of her. She's a teacher and she's recording her own videos and she's composing. I mean,
so she's and so it's but it'll be nice to have her join us for.
Which
I don't really remember the Maltese Falcon's musical cues, but
I don't remember.
Awesome, it's an awesome film. I've only seen it. I only saw it once, and for the first time last year. Year before. Very recently, I've seen it, but it's an excellent film.
I watched it in high school because I was really getting into noir at that time.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Professor's rewatches upcoming are going to be a lot of noir stuff
which is awesome because that's some good stuff, and I don't think we get enough of that. And he talks about that a lot whenever he talks about Batman. And I don't think people even really understand noir well enough to know what Batman is meant to be,
Yeah, but just to get a look at what's going on with the rewatches coming up. Like I said, we've got Maltese Falcon on Tuesday. I have Friday, maybe something, but let's just sit on that till the Fan Man decides for a fact. Next Saturday, we will be on Nanette's channel. Nanette Pacelli. Is it just Nanette Pacelli?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, I'll have to make sure I'm on that. Yeah, I'm not even sure.
If I can find her.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. But it'll be on Nanette. So go to Nanette Pacelli, or I'm sure Troy will put in a link.
I'll get it.
Yeah, make sure you like her channel. And we're going to be watching, his name is Trinity.
They call me Trinity.
They call me Trinity. Sorry. Yeah, his name is Trinity, but yeah, they call me Trinity is the name. It is available on YouTube. Am I right?
I believe so. I know we had found it at one point. I can't remember where.
Well,
yeah, I think it
we'll
was.
send out the link, and and it'll have the link to the movie as well as the link to the "Come Here and Watch It with Us" link.
Yeah. So that, and then the week after that, we're doing Charade with Sound Engraver. I'm not sure if that's on her channel. Probably on her channel.
Right.
And then the week after that, back to me, and we're going to be doing the Clash of the Titans because I love the 80s, love nostalgia. So that's kind of going to be where I go.
And we love Ray Harryhausen.
And Ray Harry, oh God,
right,
Ray Harryhausen,
right.
The last Ray of the great Harryhausen's films, and gotta love Clash of the Titans.
I remember when I used to watch those movies as a kid, and I wouldn't be able to explain what I would see these stop motion effects and not really even understand what they were or how they worked, but that look of them, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, that is so cool. I love that effect. You know?
Yeah, but Mr. Matchstick's like, woo, finally some Greek mythology. Hopefully we'll get the professor to join us. I doubt it, but some great Greek mythology there. I love Greek mythology. I've got Bullfinch's mythology, Edith Hamilton's mythology. I even bought a Cliff Notes mythology book, which is actually, if you ever see the Cliff Notes, those yellow black books, their mythology book is a very nice, concise book that on all kinds of different pantheons.
The thing about mythology, if you really compare all of them, you start to see the archetypes within them, and you see how interconnected they are, and you realize just some really interesting aspects of the human psyche. You know, Professor could probably talk more about that more coherently than I could.
Yeah, but Clash of the Titans. Looking forward to that. It's one of my all-time faves, an all-time fave of mine. And I'm just going to run through the whole thing. And then the following week, there's going to be a 2-night rewatch with the professor on Friday. He's doing Vertigo, and then on Saturday,
Hitchcock, guys.
And then Saturday, Notorious. So it's going to be, we're doing a double Hitchcock night, and then the following week we're doing on your channel The Lake House, which you said is thematically linked to Notorious.
Yes. So I had talked to the professor, just giving everybody a peek behind the curtain. Notorious is thematically linked to The Lake House. Well, I guess I shouldn't say thematically, but there are a couple of different references to Notorious in the movie The Lake House.
Oh, okay.
So it's really awesome. If you follow us on a regular basis and you see Notorious first, you'll go into The Lake House already having seen that movie. That's
Lake House, that's July 4th. So yeah, we're going into July, and then the following week is me. I haven't decided yet. So, July 11th, not sure yet. So
that's a whole lot of pre-planning. So
I got plenty of time.
Pleased with that you've gotten that far into I
have a nice little calendar going. I really would love to get the fan man stuff plugged in, but he kind of wings it. So, but I am leaning towards a certain film. I don't know if I want to. I don't think I'm going to say it right now, but another 80s classic. So could be, but we'll see. You never know. Like, so what might happen for a certain star, we may, sometime, like say, if we unfortunately may have to do a memorial rewatch or something. Keep it open. We'll definitely know by the Lake House. I'll know what's going on.
Hey, Netter, did you enjoy the movie?
I don't like hack 'em, slash 'em movies. It's
I
like,
know you
ugh.
don't. I know you
But
don't
I've seen it
normally.
before, and I remember that at least one of them survived, but I couldn't remember who it was and which other person they were talking to. I just remember the conversation on the stairs. And it's
In
like,
a
"Oh,
way, they
yeah."
did survive, but in a
No.
way, they kind of didn't.
Yeah,
It's like nobody survived.
nobody survived. The world is humanity ends, and the Titans emerge, and all the other weird little things.
But talk about a subversion of expectations.
Yeah,
It doesn't not in any way go the way you expect a horror movie to go. You expect someone to either survive or not. And in this one, not only does nobody survive, nobody in the world survives.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's like, holy crap, that escalated fast.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, but yeah, just a great film. I love it's just a great imaginative twist on the horror genre, and with that Whedon flair, that Whedon has a way with imagery and dialogue, and it's just a great idea. And Drew Goddard, of course, those
And
two
I
are
don't
very
know if I'm keyed in the same way that you and Joss Whedon were, but I noticed not only did we see the boobies, but we saw the bare feet.
yeah, but and
Oh.
all of them wonderful. All of them wonderful, and hope everyone enjoyed it. So,
Now,
so
I can't talk. If for whatever reason, like I said, Saturday, I was supposed to go watch my daughter try on some wedding dresses for her
right.
upcoming wedding. If I'm not going to be back in time, I will let someone know so that you might have to switch up the movie and throw something in last minute.
Do something different. Well, there
Okay.
will be a
We'll have
rewatch. So you follow us, and we'll get the link out, and everyone will be good. One way or the other.
We'll be watching something, and if Nanette has her way, it'll be
Trinity.
my name is what is it?
They call me Trinity.
They call me Trinity. I can't write. I know Trinity, but I'm like, they call me Trinity. My name is Trinity. Something like that. But well, that if Nanette's available, if not, yeah, we'll find something. There's lots of free stuff on Netflix. I mean, on YouTube. I'm sure we could find something there to watch. But we'll have fun. But I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight.
It was awesome, everybody. Thank you so much for encouraging us and joining us. And
yeah, I know everybody's it's a rough time in the world, not only with the pandemic, but now with all the other bad things.
The world is going to hell. I mean, for crying out loud, talk about a perfect movie. This is exactly the way the world is going, right?
Yeah, the world's going to hell in a handbasket.
No crap.
But hey, America's return to space. What a great thing to happen today.
And it's been privatized. So
yes, which is what it should have been always.
Amen.
The libertarian kind of point of view is kind of winning on that one. But yeah, America has returned to space and under its own power, and it was a beautiful shot. And I love the Dragon spacecraft. How simplistic it looks.
Yep.
It just like 3 touch pads. It's all it is to control that thing. Beautiful, simplistic. And
it's amazing what happens when you're on a budget and you have to do it elegantly.
Yeah.
If you don't have the graft and the waste of public funding, that's what happens.
I'm Melissa Harris. Thank you. I'll let my daughter know to have a happy wedding. It's not for another year, but thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Magic saying, if tomorrow goes well, next Friday, if the fan man isn't doing anything, he will be doing something. Just not sure what it is. I might do Ghost in the Shell and Redline double feature, and then Sunday I might do Perfect Blue.
I'm starting to catch.
Okay, now I'm starting to get into the wah because I have no idea.
No. Let me translate for you. This is Mr. Matchstick saying you guys need to get into anime, and I'm going to take you through it, which I'm fine with because it really takes something like that in order to get me into anime.
But I will tell you one thing. Don't hit the hammer over the head too much, because then just start putting up a wall like, no. I actually cracked it. Like I said, I watched the one with the Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist, which I enjoyed. But
I have been wanting to see Akira for over
Akira's
30 years, and I have not seen it yet.
Akira's a classic. Definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to see what Mr. Matchstick has as far as insight to it. It'll be my first time, so I'll be a young and innocent. My young and innocent virginal ears and eyes will be watching it and hearing it for the first time. Yeah, but like I said, like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Hope everyone has a wonderful night, a wonderful Sunday. Stay safe, and God bless everyone. Anybody, you guys have anything last to say?
Nope, not for me.
Keep enjoying the horror movies that scare the crap out of you.
Yeah. And if the world's going to end, might as well make it a big one.
Damn right.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye.